to Football Gaffes Galore, the show that takes those moments when the beautiful game went horribly wrong and divides them up into weird and wonderful categories. There's only one thing better than watching a good game of football, and that's watching footballers making dicks of themselves. Falling over, missing where your granny could have scored, and smashing their plums on either side of the goalposts. And that's what this is. Loads of clips of the overpaid idiots doing just that. And don't feel guilty about enjoying it. Since I've been talking, they've just earned what you do in a year. First up, it's the top 10 careless hands. In World War I, there was a saying, careless talk costs lives. Well, in football there's a saying too, careless hands cost, goals. Great corner, great header, great save, oh, you knob. Sometimes the save can be a little too easy. At least that's the theory. You gotta get a job 'cause you're in too deep.
Oh, it's a mistake by the goalkeeper, and Rudy Voller followed in.
You can't blame the keeper here. Voller's mullet is bearing down on him like a head-mounted ferret. That's enough to put anyone off. Dave Besant was once out injured for several weeks after dropping a jar of mayonnaise on his foot. Looks like he's been rubbing it on his hands as well. Oh, he's getting it everywhere now. The experienced sportsman takes mistakes in his stride, keeps his cool, his composure, his dignity, knowing the cameras are always on him. Oh, David James, wash your mouth out. Here's what the question is. The Socceroos keeper was known as Spider. Apparently in the dressing room after the game he couldn't get out of the bath.
And Chamath just missed it! An awful error from the Australia goalkeeper!
And he ate flies, and regurgitated his food. I made that up, to be honest. I had to, the truth is pretty boring. He's got 8 legs.
By Brown.
Years later, Brown would let in 10 goals in one match against Gillingham. Here he is getting a bit of practice in. Scotland robbed home 2-0 against this ultra-mobile Zaire team. Let's see that again. I've seen some Buteo players react quicker than that. Dalglish twists, turns. The shot is nothing special, but watch the guy behind the goal in the yellow.
One can only feel despair for Ray Clements.
His job is to measure the distance between Ray Clements' legs. And there it is. 6 feet 2 inches, a new world record. Gary Sprake forgets the laws of gravity. What goes up must come down.
And a goal! Oh, and Sprake furious with himself, as indeed he ought to be.
Think of your own career if it helps, Gary. If you must wear a beard, try not to cock up on the football field. You know you're going to end up in a list of bearded cock-ups. The defender who cocked this up had a beard, apparently. Not that you can see it here. No wonder this clip is only at number 7.
A mistake by the skipper, Danny McGrain. A smile all over the face of Steve Sumner.
It'll take a lot better beard clip than that to make the top 6, I can tell you.
Hot summer, hot summer. Hot summer, hot summer.
Muller! Oh, he hit Ivanov.
Ivanov has taken that right in the stomach.
Stomach? That was a fast train to Plum Central. You won't forget that in a hurry. It's one for the grandchildren. Well, I don't suppose there'll be any now. Still, he may never have kids, but at least he has got a good beard. In the Wolves dressing room, legend had it that if George Berry ever shaved his beard, he would lose his famous decision-making powers.
Hesitation in the defence. George Berry didn't seem to know whether to go for the ball or not, and Cook scores.
Saka in jollies and other such terrible ways.
He may have a beard like a goat, but that's where the similarity ends. He's as sure-footed as a pissed-up camel on roller skates. In an ice rink.
Hey, there she goes.
Although his teammates called him the Doctor, Socrates' full name was Socrates Brasileiro Sampaio de Souza Vieira de Oliveira. He came to my house once. He knocked on the door. I said, "Who's there?" He said, "Dr. Socrates Brasileiro Sampaio de Souza Vieira de Oliveira." I said, "Doctor who?" He pissed himself. Here's Lampard Sr. giving his son Frank a lesson in how not to backpass. A lesson the current West Ham defence obviously needed to pay closer attention to. This cock-up isn't that bad. Why is this at number 1? Oh, look out! It's a ginger beard. He's played his joker. If beards were bollocks, those would belong to a dog. Now it's time for our special feature. The top 10 really, really overused clips. We'll be showing these cheesy chestnuts one at a time, interspersed throughout the show. Starting at 10 with Hoddle and Waddle. I'm going to swear now. The clip won't go away, but I do feel a bit better. The top 10 misses that my granny could have scored. I'm not sure if this is true. My granny was more of a knitter than a footballer. She wasn't much of a knitter, to be honest. I've no idea who this is, but I take it all back. My gran could definitely have scored from there.
Kalou.
And there.
Dit is toch niet te geloven? Dit is niet te geloven.
In case you don't speak Dutch, that means my granny could have scored that. Oh, Granny Pat could have got that one with her hands tied behind her back.
And really, he should have scored then.
Knitting. Japan should go 1-0 up against Croatia here. Oh.
And incredibly, Yanagasawa has missed a gift of a chance. He wouldn't have missed it.
She could have got that with her hands behind her back, knitting, and a bag over her head. Which is how she appeared in most family photos, funnily enough. Jeez, that one, hands behind her back, knitting, bag over the head, and forced to carry an orange under her chin, Gran would still have got it. Freddie Lundberg. Right, hands tied, knitting, bag over the head, orange under the chin, and playing Stairway to Heaven on the banjo. All the above, plus now senility has taken hold. Gran would still have nailed it. Although, to be fair, she may not have had the skill to get into that scoring position. She was more of a classic centre-forward, my Gran. Think a grey-haired, piss-stained Lineker. Actually, just think Lineker. I'm going to go out on a bit of a limb here, Ravanelli. She could have scored that even today, and she died nearly 20 years ago.
Unbelievable.
Steve Stone rocks his goal! No! It was lined up for a goal!
Actually, I'm not sure she could have got that one. She was no good with her left foot. That Steve Stone effort shouldn't be in this list.
Contra again, wriggling. Horsfield, onside! How did that stay out?
Oh, she'd have had that, though. My great-grandmother could have got that, and she was French. It's the top 6 cup final catastrophes. Watching someone stuff up in a cup final is better than sex. Although that probably says more about my sex life than it does about the gaffes.
What a
Sydney-born keeper Mark Schwarzer was known as Skippy. Apparently in the dressing room he used to punch people in the face and crap everywhere. In at 5, Calamity James is back.
Oh, and James hasn't quite got that, and it's in.
This was the last FA Cup final played at Wembley. This mistake was so bad they decided to knock the whole stadium down immediately. Tony Adams, another one who forgets about gravity. Here he is, lifting up match winner Steve Morrow. What goes up must come down.
I wonder if that's Steve Morrow down there, because I tell you what, they were lifting him onto their shoulders, and I've got a feeling the players dropped him.
Poor bugger was out of it for quite some time after this. Still, at least Steve Morrow was all right. At 3, it's Jamie Carragher, a classic centre-forward goal.
And it's going to be an own goal. It's an own goal.
Hang on, it's the wrong end. Does that count?
And all the pressure now on Roberto Baggio, who has to score.
Baggio was instrumental in getting Italy to this World Cup final.
It's over the top.
Italian manager Sarci never picked him for Italy again, but he later went on to be England's penalty coach. Hang on, isn't that Gary Sprake again? Yeah, that's vintage Sprake, all right. Rubbish. Our number 9 really overused clip.
Good running by Jeff Thomas on this side. Brilliant running. And he's through. Can he finish? Well, there's the answer, I'm afraid.
Is it a shot? Is it a cross? Jeff, help us out. What the hell was that? It's not difficult to get Alex Ferguson's knickers in a twist, but these gaffs get his knickers so twisted they stop the blood flow to his old boy.
It's gone straight through Taibbi.
Taibbi blamed this gaff on his studs. Allegedly, they were too short. There you go. Told you.
Knows the repercussions of his error.
Gary Neville. Apparently his studs were too long.
Oh, that could be a problem, Cole.
Andy Cole. Studs too studdy?
And can Hector get there? He can!
Schmeichel later appeared on Strictly Come Dancing. He lost.
Bruce! Oh, he's missed it!
Steve Bruce's granny could have scored that one. Steve later wrote a novel, a mystery about a footballer who was found murdered. I wonder where he got the inspiration for that. Fabian Barthez. Sometimes a maverick, sometimes an enigma, always a twat.
Manchester United thought he was offside. Fabian Barthez just seemed to stand there, almost daring him to shoot early, and Di Canio dares.
Gets the Manchester United. The goal is gaping, and Giggs has missed. Well, that literally was an open goal.
Ryan Giggs, proving that the Welsh are better at rugby than they are at football. And let's face it, we're rubbish at rugby. After this game, Fergie famously kicked a boot across the United dressing room and hit Beckham in the head. You can come up with your own punchlines for that. The top 7 not-so-fancy Dans. Showing off on the football field is great when it works, but if it goes wrong, you're in trouble. He's in trouble.
Oh, and it begged the touch, and the touch didn't come from Adebayor.
Take that. Someone, please take it.
Neatly fought for Roberto Baggio.
Baggio, England's penalty coach. Applying for the job of skills coach too. Although the position was hotly contested by Laurent Robert. And Tony Popovich.
Flick goals, it's an own goal from Popovich.
That was his audition tape.
A very unfortunate moment for David Dunn.
David Dunn was nicknamed the new Gaza, presumably because he was pissed.
Here's Crouch!
At number 1, it's Peter Crouch. Everyone knows he's 6'7", but it's a little known fact that Crouch is made entirely out of golf clubs. Top 8 really overused clip. It's Kevin Keegan.
Keegan has gone right of the penalty spot.
He played a grand total of 25 minutes of World Cup football, but is only remembered for this.
Keegan pulls away and gets the header, and it's wide! The first time he touched the ball.
Need I remind you that if he had scored, England would probably have made the semi-final. So many ifs and buts. So close, yet so far. And all that shit. Next up, the top 10 hopeless headers. Controlling the ball with your head is harder than it looks. Mind you, it's not as difficult as controlling an actual head. Me and my mates found this old man's head down by a railway line once. It was a bugger to control, bobbling all over the place. Be thankful if football hasn't got ears.
You bring me out too many times.
Jamie Pollock's own goal sent Man City crashing down and kept QPR afloat. QPR fans showed their gratitude by hijacking an internet poll and voted Pollock the most influential man of the last 2,000 years, beating Jesus, Karl Marx and Einstein, who later all signed for Chelsea, of course.
Scales. Vega. How did he miss from there?
Come on, Ramon. My friend Headless Dave could have scored that.
Too many times.
No offside flag, and he was a long way off target.
Beasley. Nothing I can say is going to make that any funnier. Saying that, Paul Beasley's technique was watched and copied far and wide.
Now Debray!
Why don't they do some reverse goal celebration when they score own goals? Maybe a little run to the corner flag, a shimmy, then kill yourself.
But there's one more thing I've got to know. You just say you don't know. You don't know.
Sorry, Dowie. I was only joking about killing yourself.
It was the perfect header from Ian Dowie. Sadly for him, it was at the wrong end.
And so I'll go before I fall to pieces. Yes, I'll go.
Frank Sinclair, looking pretty foolish. Well, at least he won't do that when they play Chelsea next week. Oops, maybe I jinxed that. Top 5 dead ball debacles. These are all free kicks that went horribly wrong despite the hours of practice. How long do you think Scotland spent working this one out? It's a little-known fact that England goalkeeper David James was a policeman before he came to football.
And Robbie...
This is the moment he first realised he was a natural. Now remember, boys, just like we did on the training ground. Hang on, didn't one of us hit it in training? The Scottish FA labelled the Uruguayans the scum of the earth after this game. In response, Uruguay accused the Scots of filling the ball with helium.
Derisory shouts from the Scottish supporters behind that goal.
David Beckham, a dead ball specialist, later nicknamed Golden Balls. Back then, he was simply known as Balls.
Maybe a decade from now, he'll look back and laugh at
that. This clip of Dixon chipping Seaman has been shown 8 million times, although it's never been seen before in exactly this position on a clip show. I wonder how long it will be before they release a clip show of the 100 greatest clips. I'm not even sure that makes sense, to be honest. There's nothing more humiliating in football than scoring an own goal.
Casual.
Well, except for your mother turning up halfway through a game, grabbing you by the ear and bollocking you in front of your mates for calling your grandmother Pongo. I was 8. Blackburn paid 1.5 million quid for Kenner in 1995. If you're quick, he's on eBay today with a reserve of £1.50. This clip is pretty complicated. Goalie handles outside the area. Defender assumes the ref for a blow. Defender nonchalantly kicks ball into own net. Cameraman misses it completely. Ref ignores goalie's handball and the own goal stands. Moral, always play to the whistle. Come on, own up. Who ordered the bloody Scouser, Graham? Luckily, Tony Hadley's career with Spandau Ballet was a little more successful than his time as a goalkeeper. Now, if you are going to score an own goal, you might as well make it one to remember. Go on, hammer it home, enjoy the moment. Just like all I want is a little peace and quiet. All I want is a little peace and quiet.
An own goal by Willie Donaghy.
I wonder if Donaghy ever played for Scotland again. Hang on, let me check my notes. No. All I want is a little peace and quiet. Frenchman Franck Coudre was wittily nicknamed French Frank. No wonder the French got rid of it. It's tough being a manager. The buck stops with you. If you get it wrong, you end up with egg on your face. Of course, get it right and you end up with Ulrika Johnson all over your face. So it's swings and roundabouts. This clip is all about shortness. Short-tempered Brian Clough hated Leeds United, but he became their manager for a short period, just 44 days.
And now what? More trouble off the ball.
Keegan and Bremner fall out over who's the shorter. I'm shorter. I'm shorter than him, ref. Piss off, I'm much shorter, ref. You're having a laugh. I'm practically a dwarf. I knew this shirt makes me look tall. I don't think you're short. Look at my trousers. I'll show him who's shorter. I'm going to saw my bloody legs off.
Well, it looks as though City are going to try and run down the clock.
In the hope that a draw against Liverpool would be enough to stop Man City being relegated, Alan Ball urges his players to hang on to it. The ball, that is. A draw wasn't enough, though, and Man City went down and decided not to hang on to the ball. Alan Ball, that is. Big Ron gets confused on his first day as manager at Forest and goes to the wrong bench. There were certainties for relegation, so nobody could blame him for trying to jump ship. Did he honestly think no one would notice his attempt to join the Arsenal dugout?
When I say I'll win the World Cup, it's not boast, but deep down inside me I believe it.
Scotland prepare for Argentina 78 with typical enthusiasm. We came, we saw, we conquered. Well, that's certainly true of the Football Gaff's DVD market. They've got it sewn up. In Istanbul, derbies are charged with emotion. You can cut the atmosphere with a knife. The situation is tense and could explode into violence at any time. Oh shit, it's Souness. He's not. Not even he would be stupid enough to put a Galatasaray flag in the Fenerbahce pitch. Oh, I tell you what, Graham, see those pigeons over there? Why don't you just pop over there with this cat? At 6 in our really overused clips is the Anfield rap.
Liverpool FC is hard as hell. United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips, and I will spell. Cause they don't just play, but they can rap and cry. Although sound is a pound.
If aliens ever landed and found this clip, what would they make of life on Earth?
We'll have to learn them to talk like us.
You are watching Football Gaffs Galore, the show packed with all those moments our footballing heroes would prefer to forget. Shame we're not going to let them. Anyway, if you've just switched on, you're too late for the top 7 gaffs that had Fergie fuming. But don't despair. You're just in time for more goalkeeping howlers. Careless hands again, but this time cunningly renamed as the top 10 goalie gaffs. There are only 2 places you should never run backwards. In a horror film and in a sandy goalmouth. Footballs can weigh up to 100 kilos. Poor Paul Barron collapses under the weight of this monster.
Oh, good save! Oh, no! Oh, how lucky can you get? And the goalkeeper loses it. Raul scores!
Well, just what the cat dragged.
Andre Arenze is nicknamed Butterfingers, an accusation he strongly denies, but I can't believe it's not Butterfingers. Gary Walsh was at Man United for 10 years as an understudy to Peter Schmeichel, where the Great Dane taught him everything he knew.
Oh, mistake by Walsh! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Fergie loved this, but he's still fuming about that earlier Schmeichel cock-up. Take your time, gents. All the time in the world. Plenty of... Oh, sorry. Sorry, gents, that was partly my fault. At 32, legendary keeper Pat Jennings was considered too old and made way for understudied Danes.
Danes down. It's in the net. And it was Danes who put it there.
9 years later, Jennings was still representing his country in the World Cup. Danes were selling ice creams in a shop in Essex. Enough said. In Burkina Faso, the goalkeeper is not allowed to touch the ball until it has crossed the line. Oh, that's textbook goalkeeping. Lee Phillips turns his back on keeper James Lindley. After this, Lindley's teammates, family and friends turned their back on him as well. Charnov collects. That's it. Everyone back off. Watch it. Get off. No shit.
And what a gift! What a gift!
Enkelman. Oh dear. Do I not like that? Does well not to retaliate though. This fan was given a 4 months prison sentence for this. Enkelman got 12 years. The top 6 red-faced refs.
Oh, what a tremendous shot by Allen. And the ball came back off the woodwork.
Clive Allen, brilliant goal. Referee Derek Webb doesn't give it. Interestingly, if you do a search for ref Derek Webb on the net, there's nothing. Not a single entry.
And the referee says no goal.
Maybe he disallowed them too. Ref Graham Pole accidentally brushes Hasselbank's eyes. But watch how much he makes of it. He got an Oscar for that performance. You sometimes forget that refs were players once. Here's a reminder.
The referee has gone down.
Hasselbank may have got Best Actor, but this ref gets Best Supporting Role.
Oh, the referee stood right in the way of the left end. And here's Antonioni. And Diaz has to bring him down. And the referee has lost his cards. He's lost his composure. I think he might even have lost a tooth.
No acting needed here. This ref lost a tooth. Here comes the tooth fairy. 50p and he's happy. Okay, it's time for the refs to fight back. This was a friendly. Only one possible winner in this category. Of course, it's Graham Pole again. Simonic gets booked. Gets booked again.
I don't think Graham Pole has got the red out of his pocket yet. He's given him a yellow card, but he's forgotten that he was booked.
And gets booked again.
High drama in Stuttgart. Graham Pole at the centre of it. He's been dishing out cards like confetti.
Paul was sent home after dishing out 9 yellow cards and 3 reds in this game, most of them to Simonic. In our list of really, really overused clips, we're up to number 5.
And it's Crosby coming round the back, and Dibble got it at the second attempt. Oh, and Crosby's pinched the... Oh, has he given the goal? He has! My word! Gary Crosby!
Surely a contender for our next show. Football's cheekiest little shits. The top 10 gaffes that they blamed on a bobble. Davison stares at the ground in disbelief, but there wasn't even a bobble. That's why this clip is at number 10. If they'd found 10 proper bobble clips, this one wouldn't even have been in it. We all know the Brazilians can bend the ball left and right. But not upwards, surely.
And it's a goal! Oh, what a terrible mistake by the goalkeeper.
Remember games like this in school? Not so much a bobble, more of a puddle. A windy day for Derby's game with Notts Forest. Watch out for that paper cup that's blown on the pitch, Barry. Oops. That coffee cup now takes pride of place in Derby's trophy cabinet. That's a true story. And at least now they had something to put in the cabinet. This is more of a mudslick than a bobble. guy obviously never played stuck in the mud when he was a kid. Now that's a proper bobble.
No goal! Would you believe it?
Oh dear, the sponsor says it all. Raúl, Spain's all-time leading goal scorer, kisses his wedding ring every time he scores, apparently.
Oh dear.
After this cock-up, I'm guessing he had to kiss the boss's ring for quite some time. Liverpool beat Spurs 2-0 here. After the game, Liverpool boss Roy Evans joked, "We brought the portable divot down with us from our training ground. It was the same one we used at Blackburn." So let's see if it is the same one they used in Blackburn. Yep, there it is.
How extraordinary, just completely bobbled right over Tim Flowers.
Maybe there should be an inquiry. There's many a true word spoken in jest. Apparently they rented that divot to Ipswich for this all-important local derby with Norwich.
How on earth did that happen? Extraordinary.
If you don't like to see your heroes messing up, then look away now.
Here's Zidane! Zidane for France! Oh, how did he miss?
Look at that, not one of you. You can't wait, can you? It's called schadenfreude, taking pleasure in the misfortune of others. It's why we all have pictures of Debbie McGee on our walls, don't we? George Best could beat other players effortlessly, but as usual with Georgie, his biggest battle was with himself.
How quick are you gonna get up? How quick are you gonna get up like Dolly in the jungle?
Don't go by Bobby Moore!
It's a shame Bobby Moore was facing the wrong way. This is a brilliant diving header. Lineker may have had a golden boot, but his head was made of MDF.
Lineker. What a miss by the England star.
And Maradona may have had the hand of God, but he had the feet of Mary Magdalene.
Ribbolino, no, it's Pelé. Oh my goodness, what a shot.
Pelé could bend the ball from anywhere. You laugh, but 6 minutes later this ball came back onto the pitch and went in. Okay, it's back to our overused clips. At number 4, it's Scotland again. They say that 2 heads are better than 1, but not if those heads are Scottish. In that case, no heads are better than 1.
And the two of them get in each other's way, and this is Shengelia to put Scotland out of the World Cup. What a disastrous way for it all to end. A clash of 2 players, which enables Shengelia to run away unattended, rough backtracking with no real chance to a finisher of Shengelia's quality. And no question now that the Soviet Union will go on to Barcelona and a sad Scotland will go home.
These next 5 clips are all examples of where a team wasted money on a player.
That was a dangerous challenge by Boubacar Neville.
Let's face it, we can all relate to it in one way or another. Look at me, I wasted some money once. I bought a pie and chips, was walking along and eating at the same time. I dropped half the pie. It's not a great story.
It's a red card, and that's why.
Boogers cost a paltry £1 million. But manager Harry Redknapp described it as the worst £1 million he'd ever spent. And he once spent £1 million on an invisible car. Brolin, bought by Leeds for £4.5 million, given away 2 years later for nothing. Let's see, that's a loss of exactly £4.5 million. Leicester blew £5 million on Akinbaye. That's £5 million for a player the Sun later dubbed the country's worst striker. Although £28 million Juan Sebastian Veron fought a great campaign to win this coveted title.
Veron shoots.
This should be 4. It's Shevchenko. It's not 4. It's not even a goal kick, it's a throw-in.
When this was recorded, Shevchenko had scored 3 Premier League goals. At 30 million quid, that's £10 million per goal. That shot alone cost 56 grand, plus VAT. Now it's the top 9 sorry spot kicks.
Would you want to be Chris Waddle now? England are out of the World Cup.
Chris Waddle gets under it a bit. As my old man used to say, when that comes down, it'll have snow on it. Lee Dixon, when this one came down, it had ozone on it. Pat Nevin decides to blast it, but incredibly contracts rickets just as he's about to strike the ball.
Nevin, oh dear, I don't believe it.
I can just imagine you and me running out of school.
Cantona, the mercurial Frenchman probably did that deliberately. Bravo!
So Bravo with a chance to make it 2-2 here.
In France, bravo means well done, congratulations. In Mexico, it means dick. Bravo! Lineker finds that having a golden boot can actually weigh you down.
Oh dear me, he absolutely fluffed it.
Unless you're playing a midget 11, never try to chip the keeper with a penalty.
There's that protective generosity. An extraordinary way to take a penalty.
What's he done? Well, he pretended to take it and then didn't seem to take it.
Experiments on Perez's brain later revealed that he had suffered what is known in the medical profession as a Jeffrey Archer. At crucial times, it turns you into a twat. At number 1, Peter Devine. Poor old Peter. He doesn't just make a meal of this penalty. He grows the vegetables himself, designs a menu, prepares and cooks the food, eats it and heats them up the following day for lunch. It's all hotting up in our search for the most really overused clip of all time. And at 3, a clip that is still funny even on the 40 billionth viewing.
Teal let it run and he might have made a mistake. Rosenthal's going to score. Liverpool, oh, he's hit the bar! What a let-off for Villa, and what a miss by Rosenthal. It was Sean Teal's mistake. Spink came off his line. Rosenthal claimed it with the goal at his mercy. Unnecessarily, tried to hit it too hard. He could have rolled it in.
Why must I always play the clown?
This next section is called 2 left feet. It doesn't mean literally. It's an expression that means you're clumsy or ungainly. Mind you, my Uncle Barry did have 2 left feet, literally. He'd set off for work every morning and arrive back at the house 6 steps later. He had to work from home in the end.
On the line, that's in! It's in! Gordon Strachan on the line.
2 left feet? Strachan's got more left feet than a millipede carrying a bag of artificial left feet. PSV Football Club was originally formed as sporting recreation for employees of Philips Electrical. Hang on, I bought my washing machine off that bloke. Andy Cole, little dummy. Oh, big dummy.
Vaz Tay, he's onside. He could win it.
Vaz Tay could have won this for Bolton. Apparently, he won the Portuguese version of Strictly Come Dancing when he was just 16. Mind you, Strachan came second.
What's happened here? Clark puts it back.
Mark Bosnich was suspended in September 2002 after failing a drugs test. Bosnich strongly denied using performance-enhancing drugs. Surely the defence could have used this clip as evidence.
Robin Van Persie, still Van Persie, oh!
Great turn. If he'd connected with that ball, Van Persie would have killed someone. As it was, he shattered his own bottom.
And here's Kevin Francis, missed it completely, and so did Jamie Cook. What a double miss.
These guys have taken a bun, haven't they? Says here one of them was once Stockport County Player of the Century. That's called damning with faint praise. It's a bit like being Employee of the Month in an ice cream van. Plucky Minnows Burnley were through to the next round of the FA Cup, thanks to this howler from Traore.
And Traore has put it to his own net.
Even their best-known fan, Alistair Campbell, couldn't have put a positive spin on that mistake.
This is a song for all of my close friends.
Football pitch is no place for daydreamers. If you're going to daydream, get a job where it's not a problem, like operating heavy machinery or doing sex change operations. My Uncle Barry had a sex change operation. Well, he's anti-Barry now, of course.
If only it was only at the time. I've got too much, but it's never enough. If only.
Well, that's where Beresford is. He's still halfway inside the opposing half. And Alonso is shot for goal.
A punter put £200 on this happening after a dream predicted Alonso would score from his own half. True story, he won 25 grand. Wish I had dreams like that. Mine are always about balloons and sponge fingers.
What's the fuss? You better be in it to win it. I want pride, but I know.
It's extra time, and Yeovil looks set for a giant killing against Cardiff. Well, they did. In football, it's all about being in the right place at the right time.
Bruce scores!
Nigel Worthington at the far post was in exactly the right place and the right time for Bruce's header. Unfortunately, confusingly, he was miles away. Football is a game of highs and lows.
Oh, and David Johnson is nipped in, and Nottingham Forest take the lead in bizarre circumstances.
The high, the low, the high, the low, the high. Arsenal are 10 seconds away from a penalty shootout in the European Cup Winners' Cup final. What could possibly go wrong?
Seaman struggling. Oh, it's it! David Seaman is caught out.
Someone to kiss, someone to kick you. There's nothing that you couldn't slip through. Or at least that's the player on a play. You're a wrong different music. You'll never be frightened to make them wait for a while.
Football is all about communication. Defenders have to keep talking to each other.
Set out to acquire the eyes are on fire. You are the unforecasted storm.
Talk to each other. Bloody hell, text each other. A fax will do. This clip isn't so much daydreaming as a walking nightmare. There are more twists and turns than in an episode of Lost. Settle down. Come here, keeper. Come here, keeper. Don't leave the ball. Leave the ball. You can't do that. Handball. Handball. Hang on. Handball. Wait. Oh, come on then. Goal! Glad we sorted that out. We're nearly there, and our second really overused clip is Higuita. As flamboyant as he was hopeless, he claimed he was the best goalkeeper in the world.
And Higuita's got himself into trouble, and it is no surprise.
The history books may not agree. Let's have a look. Higuita. Here we go. No, they don't agree. There's just a picture of a donkey.
And Higuita pays the penalty for being the sweeper keeper and is exposed not as the #1 goalkeeper in the world as he likes to advertise himself.
The top 5 painful pratfalls. It's Boxing Day 2003, and that's a great left hook by Robert. Bernard's on the ropes. The legs have gone. He's out for the count. Someone throw in the towel, for God's sake.
Collision between the Italian player who was Conti and one of the photographers, I fancy.
The Italians love the camera, and that's what I call a close-up. Stretcher. Another stretcher. Chelsea go 1 up. Bab goes 2 down. Where there's Chris Brass, there's muck. Brass broke his own nose with a spectacular own goal, depriving his teammates of the opportunity. These clips are all people missing by a long way. We're talking balls flying everywhere. It's like watching Linford Christie doing a naked can-can.
Ball bounces out to Marcus Hall, who'll strike one. High, wide, and not at all handsome.
This game remained goalless, and probably would have done if it had gone on for 3 years. Simon Coleman fails to worry the defence.
Coleman,
but succeeds in worrying his friends, family, teammates and manager.
It's going to come to Hopkin. Oh no.
David Hopkin gets distracted by the £1,500 prize money on the hoarding behind.
This is Lusso. An interesting shot.
Despite being married, Lusso was constantly dogged by rumours about his sexuality. Is this corner flag trying to tell us he swings both ways? Frankie van der Elst, far and away Belgium's greatest ever footballer. Talking of far and away, these fans returning the ball were in a different stadium, some 40 miles west.
Good run here by Carlton Palmer. Kept his feet, kept his balance, but didn't keep his composure.
Carlton Palmer has the right idea. The goalie is off his line. Unfortunately, he chips the first 14 rows of the stand, too.
Tony Adams, a foray. And he might smile, I think, at the finish as much as the fans.
Tony Adams was breathalyzed and arrested after this, shot? Cross? Clearance? I don't know. This thing. I can hardly contain my excitement, because we can finally reveal the winner in the most really, really overused clip of all time category. Mind you, you can probably tell me what's going to happen.
Well, what on earth did he do that for? It's a red card, is it? It was at first, now it's the yellow one. That was completely unnecessary.
This one's been shown so often that the tapes virtually had it. Oh, there it goes. Just as well that's another collection of clips done and dusted. I'm quite sad it's over. Still, I'm sure there'll be another one along in about an hour.